taste for some good bourbon and friends to get me by. Yeah, the Thursday night blues are calling my name. Pour another glass, put out the work week's flame. Got the boys on the TV screen talking about that bourbon and them other shiny things. The smoke hangs heavy around the room, the glasses start to clink. My trouble's drifting down the drain. I try my best not to think. Just the sound of my good buddies laughing at the joke. The stories flowing from our lips beneath the bourbon smoke. Yeah, the Thursday night blues are calling my name. Pour another glass, put out the work week's flame. Got the boys on the TV screen talking about that bourbon and them other shiny things. Some folks chase the money, some chase a different kind of thrill. But all I want on a Thursday night is to let this old heart be still. Just a little bit of amber liquid and a few good souls to share. Knowing come tomorrow morning we'll still be standing there. Yeah, the Thursday night blues are calling my name. Pour another glass, put out the work week's flame. Got the boys on the TV screen talking about that bourbon and them other shiny things. Yeah, bourbon and ballz, pouring out that bourbon till the bottle's gone. And the Friday sun rises. That's a Thursday night blue. I'm drinking with my friends. Yeah, we know it's early, but we can't wait for the weekend. We're in a hurry, cause we're thirsty again, but we're not worried when we're saying what we mean and what we meant. Honest camaraderie is something like the lottery. So all I ask and all I need are years of making memories. So keep on chasing highs, it's so damn easy, don't think twice. The bourbon and the rye make for big bar bills and sleepless nights. No need for breaking ice, a little crisscross, but you're alright. So keep on chasing highs. Keep on chasing highs. Another birthday and you spotted some gray ends, but nothing changes, cause you know how Thursdays spend. You had the worst day and you needed time to vent, so you call the boys up and you'll see them there at 8. Honestly,
Oh my God. That's Weller. Knows that. Good God. Man, he just something died. Holy,
that's bad. What did they feed him today, dude? I thought you. Oh,
good. You can't even breathe in here. Oh, that's gonna throw a nosing off. Oh my God, I can't even.
I can reach out. That could be one of our things we do. You know, we're talking about doing these commercials or these ads or these videos for these different products. I can reach out to a manufacturer that makes it today, get one, and you do the video. And sit there and go, oh. I'm riding the bike and going.
With the glitter in my hand. I'm starting to become immune to press. This doesn't even bother me anymore. That's right. Oh. I'm like, that smells pretty good.
Yeah, we know it's early, but we can't wait for the weekend. Let's get on with the show with you all, with our friends from Bourbon and Ballz. Enjoy the show and have a great weekend. Hey! Keep on chasing highs.
There's shit everywhere.
congratulations, bro.
Congratulations, buddy. Darren. I'm glad you won. As much grief as we give you for mispronouncing your name. So, Darren, what I need you to do is email bourbonandballz@gmail.com because I don't believe we've ever sent anything out to you. So, if you would do that and with your address, and we'll get the free pregame samples out to you, which, of course, they are all MGP. In honor of tonight's guest,
Ross Squibb, baby.
Yes, and don't forget, guys, hashtag MGP for tonight's sample pack of their offerings. Do we remember what they were?
For the with the pregame or the
No.
hashtag?
Hashtag.
The hashtag.
Tyler, what are they?
Hashtag is Penelope Valencia.
Penelope Valencia.
Creme brulee.
Oh, the
Architect.
Penelope creme brulee
Architect.
and the cigar batch.
Wow.
And the Remus 9.
And the Remus 9-year experimental series.
Ooh,
Yep.
Yes,
that's
nice.
good.
So that's going to be the free giveaway tonight, obviously in honor of our guest tonight. Let's get to the hellos real quick, and then we'll get on to our guest as he is sitting patiently back in the green room. Here we go. Dave Vogelsang, cheers. Thanks for coming on tonight. Let's see here. Liza Craig, thank you, sir, for coming on. Lip Service Crew, thank you for coming on, as always. Mrs. Lori J, thanks to you for coming on. I'd imagine the mister's around here somewhere. Dave Renstrom, cheers to you. Thanks for coming on. along with Elijah Craig, which, by the way, the winner of the Old Rick. He popped that open on Google Meet the other day.
Ooh, what do you think?
He says one of the best things he ever had.
Oh God, it's an incredible bottle.
Yes, and then Dave Vogelsang has also said it's probably the best whiskey he's ever had, and that's saying a lot.
Wow.
Right.
Yep.
All right, moving on there. Gary McDonald, cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. We also have, let's see here, Tamara Adams. Cheers to you. Thanks for coming on. Mr. Tom Black, cheers. Thanks for coming on. Something with, oh, no, your samples went out. That's what it was. Mr. Christopher Blankenship. I like how I said his full name. East Coast Whiskey Sippers, cheers. Thanks for coming on. Thank you very much. Darren, thanks for coming on, and congratulations on tonight's win. Mr. Matthew Bukowski, cheers, coming on. I sent your wife her winnings as well. She should be getting it soon if she hasn't already gotten it. Whiskey Bill, cheers to you. Thanks for coming on. And again, just like Tamara Adams has done, and like many of you have done, tonight's hashtag is MGP. All right, moving on. We also have on in the chat here. Let's see here. We got a lot of there's Jenny Bykowski, and there's Mr. Richie J. Hello to both of you guys. Cheers to you all. Moving on, Mr. Gandy Road. Cheers to you, buddy. Mr. Patrick Little Dude, cheers to you too. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you as always. Hillbilly Logic, which is Rick Moreland. If you would please check out his YouTube video. He's also on Spotify, by the way.
Yes.
Okay.
His music, really good, by the way. Anyways, moving on. Let's see here. We also have Alan Adams. I figured he was somewhere around here. Cheers to you. Thank you for coming on. Mr. Tanko, one of our winners from the Daytona 500 game last week.
Yep.
He had like no shot, and his guy went from like, I want to say like 40 or 35 or something like that, all the way to second place from that crash. Do you see the end of it?
No, I didn't see
Oh, that was fantastic.
Was it? Sounds
And
like
I never
real
watched Daytona 500.
Yeah.
So anyways, so cheers to you, Mr. Tanko. Thank you for coming on, of course. All right, moving on to other people in the chat. Mr. Robert Percival, cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you. Mr. Crappy Cat, Ian, cheers to you. Husky Dog, nice. We saw him last Friday.
Yeah.
It was such a great time, and I don't know if you guys saw it on Discord. We had a nice picture taken together.
Yep.
We spent 2 hours at the bar,
Oh,
and 2 hours went by, and we all noticed when we got up and left, we never had a pour.
well,
we
yes,
forgot.
Right.
But we forgot to get a pour.
Yeah, pour when we were
Just because we were just chatting so much.
We kind of know what that's like doing a show and not having a drink.
Yeah. I know.
All right. Moving on there. Rick Miller, cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Mr. Jay Cornett, thanks for coming on as usual. Thank you, buddy. Let's see here. Moving on here. We also have Mr. Brian Callahan, our Idaho, I think.
Yep.
Idaho friend. Yes, our potato guy. Cheers to you. Hey, Brad Barisma. Cheers to you. Thank you for coming on. I haven't seen you in a minute, but appreciate
Mike.
you as always.
Get Mike.
We also have West Virginia Mike. Cheers to you. Thanks for coming on, buddy. And check him out on Wednesdays for now, but I think he's going to be moving to Saturday nights. If you want to check him out, he always has some good blinds going on and whatnot. So moving on, Snow Baboon, cheers to you. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you always. Also moving on here, we have in chat Dollar Bill Will. Cheers to you. And yes, hashtag, well, no longer. Hashtag pregame. That's already been done. Dave Rinston, cheers to you, our Minnesota friend. Thank you for coming on as always. Let's see here. Moving on here. Chat's jumping around here a little bit. Sandy Jones.
Hey, Sandy.
Yeah, you have huge accolades the other day by the OG Bob. He loved listening to you. So hope you can join our Google Meets tonight, as you often do, and others too as well. Yes, West Virginia bourbon guy, the Colonel, the Snowman, and we got a nickname for you, Monty.
Monty.
Yeah. And that was coined by Keith Clayton, by the way. Stan Sabick, cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. I think I already said this before. The East Coast whiskey sippers. If I did already, well, you get 2 cheers. Scott Gallagher, cheers to you, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you tuning in. You tuned into a great show tonight. We're gonna have Ian Stursman from MGP here in a few minutes as we get through these chats. Bourbon Lover, cheers to you. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. David B, nice catching up with you. About 3 weeks ago, but catch him and a few others in our latest video.
You did a nice job on it, man.
Well, you did nice pictures. And our meetup that we have down in Kentucky, that was nice. And then we also had the meetup down in the Wild Turkey, Larrikin, and Glens Creek. Yep. Dave Volk, or not Dave Volk, I'm sorry. I saw somebody else. Torp, that's what it was. Cheers to you. Thanks for coming on, buddy. We always love returners. Moving on here. We also have, I think we're getting to Joe Johnson.
Hey, Joe.
Cheers to you. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you tuning in. And then let's see here. Yes, that Remus 9-year, he has a backup and it's liquid brown sugar. It is phenomenal. You're not kidding. And the thing is, everybody would agree through our bourbon journey, and we'll get with Ian and let him know. I mean, he knows this as well. We've all had it. Everybody and whoever has been in bourbon touches MGP more than I think you realize, just because they got fantastic products. But anyways, Mary Moreland, the other better half, cheers to you. Thanks for coming on. Let's see here. I totally agree. Wish there were more of that 18-year. Well, stay tuned. That's all I gotta say. That's as much as I can say right now. Corey, cheers to you. CJP Bourbon, that's who he is. Oh, my bad. Yes, Chris Blankenship, you are from one colonel to another.
That's right.
We need like a colonel. Well,
Colonel Club.
Yeah, the Colonel Club. Cheers to you, brother. Thank you very much. Show me the proof. Cheers to you. Thanks for coming on. We always love having you back. Let's see here. Thank you for the super chat there, Snow Baboon. As you guys well know, we have the mentions of our super chat tonight, which is, I believe, the Burai Chocolate Stag from Barrel King, which is a phenomenal pour.
Yep.
One of my favorite things. Awesome. We're about out of it as well. So not too many more times can we give that away before we're out. The latest Onyx and Amber American Light Whiskey and 13th Colony Cast Strength Double Oak. Even they don't say MGP, but we all know where it's from. That being said, all right, moving on. We're almost getting through it. Ian, hang in there, please, if you would. We always like saying hello to our people.
Stan the man?
I did there.
Okay.
Jeff.
Well, double time.
So
his CTE is like,
I'll just keep my mouth shut
to,
over here.
Zach, cheers. We got your samples. That's all I gotta say. And I threw in an extra for you waiting so long. So we have them coming. I will bring them on Monday. All right, moving on here, and I think we're at the bottom here. I think we're through our hellos. We have Jamie Mrs. Appalachian Bourbon. That's a new one.
Yes, it is.
Appalachian Bourbon Society. I actually heard of you guys.
Yeah.
Where are they out of?
Hawaii.
Appalachia?
Hawaii.
What area?
Appalachia.
But that's a big stretch.
Well,
I know it is.
Like,
But I actually had heard of them. So
okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Welcome.
All right. Here we roll. Let's get on guest on because let's be honest, that's what we're all here for. So welcome to Bourbon and Ballz. Welcome to the stage, Mrs. Stursman. I don't know if I even need to do that. I'll just maybe call you Ian if that's okay.
Yeah, Ian works.
Or the MGP guy, however they address you nowadays. But welcome to Bourbon and Ballz. Thank you for coming on tonight.
Well, thanks for having me. Excited to chat with you guys.
Yeah, and thanks to Chad for reaching out to him and
Ian knows. Great catching up with you, man. And meeting you locally. It's awesome that we have a local master distiller here that was born and raised, Dayton to OU to now still Cincinnati and running a amazing distillery. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's talk about for a second. I know we're going to talk about the juice, but let's talk about your background, if you would, as far as how you came to be. As far as where you got started and where you're at now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, like Chad said, I grew up in Dayton, so not too far north of here. And I went to OU, got a degree in chemical engineering, started off in the paper industry, worked at a paper mill in Chillicothe, Ohio. And about 3 years into my career, a recruiter called me from a distillery I'd never heard of, just outside of Cincinnati in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And they had a shift manager position open. And I thought, making whiskey sounds a lot cooler than making paper. So I moved to Cincinnati and started off as a shift manager, mostly managing the night shifts for the first year. And after the first year, I moved into a process engineering role. Did that for about another year. They created a role for me called a fermentation distillation manager, and in that role, I basically just kind of moved around the distillery every few years. Basically, was like kind of an area manager, managed each area of the distillery for a few years at a time. So I was over our fermentation yeast prop for a few years, our dryer house, boiler house for a few years, and then cooking and whiskey distillation for a few years. And when I started, Greg Metz was our master distiller. He was there for the first few years I was there. He moved on, and then Gordon Working was our master distiller for just a little bit. He was a longtime industry veteran, and so I got to learn a lot from those guys. And when they moved on, I was just kind of right time, right place.
So, I mean, this is a compliment. I mean, you look awfully young for a master distiller. I'm sure people would tell you that. I mean, so you must come with a lot of pretty honed in experience, and you must have been hitting it on the nail quite a bit to get to where you're at.
Yeah, I'm just short and I can't grow facial hair. I'm not that young. But yeah, no, I'll be 39 in April. So
okay.
Jesus.
So on the younger side, but it's funny in this industry. It's like, like 40 is like, oh my God, how could you be a master distiller at 40? It's like got like NFL coaches and vice president of the U.S. around the same age. Like,
if you're good, you're good. So yeah, they recognized it. So
a lot of bigger jobs.
Yeah,
this one.
I just want to remind chat. It's easier for us to look at the questions. If you guys have questions, as far as about MGP, I'm sure there are so many ways we can go with this. But if you would please start it with the Q, just like East Coast Whiskey Sippers has done. It's easier for me to grab it, and I'll put it up on the screen. And I don't know what you can see, Ian, but I'll read it off for you. I don't know. Can you see the screen like we can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Well, there's your first question of the night. Obviously, instead of contract distilling, why don't we see an MGP label? You make some awesome juice. That's actually a good point.
So, so thank you. We think we make some awesome juice too, but we actually do have our own labels, which are sitting in front of them right now. We have the Remus and Rossville label, which are our Ross and Squibb kind of in-house labels. And then, we acquired Luxco about, 4 or 5 years ago now, I think.
Wow, it's been that long.
Time flies. And so with bringing on Luxco, we brought, their whole portfolio in, which is over 100 brands. But, the big ones are going to be like Rebel, Ezra, Yellowstone Bourbon, Blood Oath. So it came with the 2 distilleries down at Lux Row and Limestone Branch. And then about 2.5-3 years ago, we acquired Penelope as well. So we do have quite a few of our own labels now. The ones I work on the most are going to be the Remus and Rossville labels. So, we make a lot of good juice, and we put a lot of it out under our own labels as well.
So Ian, I know you talk about like MGP versus the Ross and Squibb, the titles. I don't know if that's offensive to use MGP, or are you still in like this transition period, or is it okay to use both?
No, no, absolutely. MGP is still the company. I mean, my email address is still at mgpi.com. It's just when we brought in Luxro, we brought in the two Kentucky distilleries and then tequila distillery in Mexico as well. And, instead of MGP of Indiana, which really didn't have that much to do with the history of the distillery in Lawrenceburg, we just thought we would change that name up to something that paid tribute to the identity of the distillery a little more and the history of the distillery. So that Ross and Squibb name is just the name of the distillery, but MGP is still the company.
Okay, I always wanted to know that.
Yeah, that's a cool storyline in and of itself,
right.
Of just the original heritage of the distillery and Ross and Squibb being there, and it's really cool. Along with the Remus line, Cincinnati connection. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Is there any connection, and maybe it's just the fact that you guys bought it or took over as far as the Seagrams when they were there? Is there any connection on that, or is just the fact that you guys took that over and you are who you are now?
Yeah, the distillery was Seagram's for a very long time. So, the distillery started in 1847 as the Rossville Union Distillery. It was around for a very long time before Seagram's, but from 1933 to 2002, it was a Seagram's distillery. And so that's a big part of our history. The buildings still say Seagram's since 1857 up on the bricks.
Okay.
Big part of our history, but nothing to do with the current company.
And then I would imagine, for reasons, if you care to share, we just know that MGP is not one of those distilleries that we normally would think about as far as on the bourbon shelf where you can just go visit. It's one of those places that it's not designed for that. You guys are you are who you are, and that's kind of the way I would imagine things are. Even though I've heard a few people have had some exclusive tours. And a matter of fact, we had a charity event where we kind of in concert where we helped out SLB Drinks, and one of the giveaways. How did we get that giveaway? Do we know?
I forget who.
I think Chris acquired it.
Chris acquired it. Maybe through you, Ian. I'm not sure. But someone won a hard hat tour or whatever through MGP, which was probably one of the best prizes that we gave away, just because that's not something that gets passed out a lot, right?
Right.
Yeah. We would love to have a customer facing experience. We would love to get more people in the distillery. I know that people have been to a lot of distilleries, and once you've seen a lot of them, they're
Sure.
similar, but it is a unique place, and it is really cool. I wish we could bring more people in to let them see kind of close up what we do. We've just never, the distillery was kind of mostly rebuilt in the 1930s, and they just weren't thinking bourbon tourism was going to be a thing. And there's our rail spur goes right through the middle of the distillery. We got grain trucks coming in, very high frequency. And we just haven't figured out the right way to do it and make it safe and make it, something that people would want to do.
Well, even a gift shop would be awesome. Just saying.
We've talked about it a lot, and yeah, we're working on it, but nothing imminent in the future. But we're always throwing around ideas, and hopefully eventually we'll find the right one that sticks and make it work.
So our next question is from Joe Johnson. He asks, where do you see that? This is a great one, especially for someone like you. You would have really good insight on this. Where do you see the bourbon industry going in 2026?
Yeah, it's no secret that the distilleries have a little bit of an inventory issue as a whole, as an industry. Production really ramped up even since just 2020. A lot of new distilleries have come online. A lot of old distilleries have brought new production online. And then the growth over the last year and a half, 2 years hasn't really been what the industry projected when they were investing into all this new production. So, I think I don't think the sky is falling. I mean, people are still enjoying bourbon and American whiskey. It's just there's going to be a little bit of an inventory issue, but that I think is going to be good for the consumer. I mean, you're going to see age statements up. You're going to see more good aged whiskey available. I mean, the previous 5, 6, 8 years we saw where aged whiskey was really at a premium. There wasn't enough to fulfill the demand. And you got to remember that in this industry, we're projecting out, we're forecasting out, 15, 20 years in advance. Because if you have a 15-year-old bourbon on the shelf, you have, 14-year-old and 13-year-old and 12, and you have all those years previously laid down for it. So, no industry executives, nobody out there is going to be able to accurately predict 15 years out in the future, all the time, right? So in this industry, you're often going to have periods of gluts of inventory and good whiskey, and then times where the demand really outpaces what's out there, and it's hard to find stuff. But I think for the consumers, for the people that really like whiskey, there's going to be some really good whiskey out there in the next several years. So I think from the consumer, it's good, and it's it's just a cyclical thing, and we'll get through it as an industry.
Yeah, that was kind of along the lines of a question I had, as far as you're seeing a lot more competition as far as contract distillers out there. You got Whiskey House, you got Jackson Purchase. There's another one down in Eastern Kentucky, I believe. Are you seeing any effects from that? I mean, I know you guys are the big dogs. You've been the big dogs for a while, and it's just obviously there. Somebody's wanting to get into a little bit of your territory, and just want to know what you thought about that.
Yeah, there's more competition out there today, more inventory out there, but I think one of the things we really hang our hats on is we have been around, and we have a kind of a proven track record. Distilling is it's one of those things where the feedback loop is really long, and it takes a long time to perfect the craft, and we've been doing it a long time. We've been making really good whiskey for a long time, so that's what we hang our hat on.
Next question here, we got Dollar Bill Will. He asks, what would you say the best Rossville as far as available that's out there? What could you tell us about that?
Oh, the Rossville barrel proof is like my everyday drinker. So the 117 proof that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I think that's an older version on the
that
table,
one's an older
Yeah.
line.
Mhm.
I know you got a new label on the
Yep.
new one.
Yeah.
This was a 113.2.
Yeah, so the 117 is the most recent bottling, and it's got the 7-year age statement, but the barrels I picked for that are closer to 8 and 9, and it's just like a really big floral, minty, dilly rye, like very traditional R95.5. So
Sure.
I love that.
I knew this question was going to be coming up with somebody at some point, because this is a fan favorite. When can we expect the Remus 9 Experimental coming out this year? And if so, is the yield larger than last year? Will it be available in more states? What do you say about that particular offering?
So it's actually that's what I'm drinking right now is this year's release, and it is out right now. It should be shipping currently. So I haven't actually seen it on shelves, but it should be shipping right now. But it is totally different than last year's. So they have nothing to do with each other. Totally different whiskeys. So this year's is it was distilled in 2017. It was a 2017 95% wheat whiskey. So it's like our LQSV or our 95.5 rye, except for that it's 95.5 wheat.
Oh
So
my
it's
God,
our
dude. So the person who asked the question is a 95 wheater fan. So you just made. I don't know what he's doing right now because we only can see him through the chat, but I'm just telling you, I'm glad we don't have video on him right now. But go ahead.
Awesome. So yeah, it's that 95.5 wheat, and then I finished it in white port, tawny port, ruby port, and Oloroso sherry cask.
Oh,
and the wheat whiskey, just being kind of lighter in nature, it really just picks up like the nuances of each of the different finishes really well. So it was kind of my first foray into finishing. We did it at 113 proof, but we did make a little more of it this year, so it will be more readily available and in more states. So
nice.
Yeah, be on the lookout.
I am very, very excited just to hear that. The fact that it's a wheater, I know rye gets its shine at times, but man, I love me a good wheater.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so moving on to as far as any other questions, guys, and I do have some myself, but I don't want to take all the questions up. I don't normally do.
No, go ahead. You're good.
No, go ahead.
No, I was Ian. Like, I'll take them. So, Ian, you have coming from a long history of distillers before you, Greg Metz and Gordon Working and things. How do you see and take what they've done and then start putting your own mark? And I can see it already, but how do you make it your own and kind of your trajectory of keeping tradition along with the new age?
We take a very scientific approach. The technical team at the distillery right now, which has, I would say, traditionally been the case. Even going back to Seagram's scientifically, in the way they distilled, was far ahead of their time. So they really wrote the book on modern whiskey distillation, quite literally. And so I think we're continuing down that same path, just continuing to build on what was there before us. But I think, one of the things that I want to do that I don't think we really did at the distillery before, is really kind of be more in tune with the community, more in tune of what people want to drink. On the interesting side, that's kind of what this experimental series is about. Kind of doing some stuff outside the box, listening to the consumers, seeing what they are interested to see from us. And, I think when I started, we pretty much just made, 5 mash bills. And this year, I think we'll probably do 40. So we've gotten a lot more experimental. We trust and honor the process that's been there because we know it works and we know it makes good whiskey. But I think the generation that we have right now, in terms of the technical team at the distillery, is probably willing to push the envelope a little bit more than previous generations. We just do it in a very scientific, thorough way.
Okay.
That's all right. Going on to our next question here. This is a good one too, because how it relates to maybe the industry itself. What are your thoughts on the sale of Four Roses to Gallo? What impacts does it really have to on the brand in your opinion? Do you have any comment on that?
No, I don't think I have any comment on that. I can't really talk for Gallo. I can't talk for Four Roses.
Okay.
I love what Four Roses does. Just a couple of months ago, got the opportunity to go down and visit Brent at the distillery while they were closed and hung out with him for a day. It was pretty cool. But yeah, in terms of the the corporate happenings of Kieran and Gallo.
I get it. I
don't know anything that other people that read the news know. So
I mean, this is like the Anchorman. If I see something on the chat, I'm going to read it word for word, regardless of what it says. So
as far as your Penelope acquisition, I mean, Penelope was doing very well before you guys acquired them. And in my opinion, I think you guys actually elevated it, gave them, a boost, and now they're everywhere. And I mean, are you as shocked as we are as how big it became? I mean, how popular Penelope has become?
Get us still Joe's question.
Yeah, I think we're all. I mean,
I didn't even see that. Sorry.
Yeah, I think everybody's surprised. I mean, just with all the brands out there, obviously they did an awesome job of getting it started and connecting with the community and putting some fantastic whiskey out there. But yeah, I think everybody's shocked. I think it's one of, if not the fastest growing brand over the last few years. So to do that is pretty incredible. So yeah, we're excited to see where it'll go. But yeah, I think the growth has exceeded everybody's expectations.
Yeah, I was turned on to Architect from a buddy of mine at work, and not knowing anything about the brand. He was all hyped up about it, and I tried it, and it was just amazing. That version, I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been batch 5 or something like that. Yeah. But now with the different variations with Valencia and
Rio and
Havana,
Toasted
marshmallow, yeah. It's really taken off, and it's one of my favorite brands, honestly.
And then in addition to that, the estate collection, which it looks, that's the kind of the premium of the Penelope. Was that under your supervision, or how did that come to be? Or was that already there when you came on? I guess maybe not you, as far as maybe MGP acquiring Penelope, I should say.
Yeah, so the estate came out after the acquisition. But in terms of like the blending for Penelope, Danny still handles all that. So myself, Danny, John Rempe, Stephen Beam, Grace Gonzalez, we all, kind of collaborate a lot, probably more so than I think maybe other suppliers with multiple distilleries do. So we collaborate a lot, but Danny still does, is the blending for the Penelope line.
Okay. Fair enough. Stan Sabick asks, what bourbon whiskey are you more looking forward to for release this year?
Oh man. So this one, I can't really answer, but I can kind of answer.
You can give clues if you like.
So we have a brand coming out that I am really excited about, that will it'll be more kind of out in the open who we are than our previous in-house brands. So
it's like a new label, a whole new brand.
Yeah, and the whiskey we have lined up for the first release is pretty special. And I think we'll be able to do a lot of really cool things with the brand. And the label's submitted, so like it should be, Jacob at Coming Whiskey should be posting that, any day now probably, because the TTB approvals have been pretty quick lately. So
is there a common word that it might rhyme with?
No, it's kind of hard to rhyme with it.
Can you rap with it or anything?
All right.
We'll let him off the hook on that one. Mr. Blankenship asked, actually he is, the C stands for Colonel, actually, not even Chris. He is a Kentucky Colonel. What has been the release you've been most proud of? So instead of the question before going about the release this year, looking back, what do you look at, and you have a lot to be proud of. Anything particular that comes to your mind? Maybe you personally had a hand in.
I mean, almost everything we've released recently, I've had at least a hand in, with the exception of like the Gatsby, obviously do the blending for Gatsby, but I was not around when the Gatsby was distilled. I've been there about 12 years now. But, oh man, again, I think, the repeals are always a lot of fun to blend. Always very proud of the repeals when they come out. I love rye whiskey, so that barrel proof Rossville is one of my favorites. But I think the things that I'll be the most proud of are still sitting in barrels right now. In terms of just some more unique kind of creative expressions that we've laid down.
Stay tuned.
Which, by the way, if the electricity goes out or the stream goes out, is because it is thunderstorming here for the first time this year. Yeah. Nothing like on a Thursday night. I appreciate it. All right, moving on. This is actually a unique question here. I guess I wondered that myself too. What brand? East Coast Whiskey Sipper asks, what brand? People talk to you about. Would they be more surprised to hear about that? Hey, you know what? We do that one.
We just kind of, our policy is that we don't talk about our customers by name.
Sure.
We have like 960 some different customers on the contract distilling side now.
And I guess maybe that's the better question, right? You guys pretty much oversee all those clients, and you're saying up to 900. That's I'm gonna imagine that's just hard to process.
Yeah, and that's just 960 some different customers that buy whiskey directly from us. So, and that's, the biggest multinational spirits companies in the world, all the way down to some, very small local crafty distilleries, and NDPs. But, there's a lot of other small customers that buy whiskey from brokers that buy whiskey from us. So when you talk about that 966 customers, that could be, it's well over 1,000 brands out there. And yeah, I wouldn't even know what to guess. But it's well over 1,000 different brands on the shelf.
That's amazing.
But yeah, we just don't talk about customers by name. Mostly,
no, and I get it. I get it. And likewise for them, they don't disclose as well. And I get all that stuff. They want to control their own brand and whatnot. So Chris, the Colonel asked again whether or not do you deal with contract distilling for accounts, or do you do you also deal with MGP in-house labels?
I mostly work on our brands.
Okay.
But occasionally, I'm not on the sales side of the contract distilling at all. But occasionally when we're hosting customers, I'll help out with that. My role in recipes for customers isn't as quite as in depth as it used to be, but basically, I'd be involved in like setting up the new recipes, how they run in the distillery, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Kind of in the process of, can we do this or can we not do this? But in terms of sales, I'm not reaching out to our Distilling Solutions customers. No.
Well, I'd imagine it kind of works almost opposite. People are reaching out to you all, rather you guys going out and seek business. Everybody knows who you are, so it's not like it's a mystery or anything like that. So especially, if we all had craft, anybody has had craft whiskey, then there's a high probability that you've had MGP. So let's look at it that way. Joe Johnson asks, what can you tell us about the Penelope Madagascar release?
Honestly, I can't. I don't really want to talk for Danny either.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to steal his thunder.
All right, no, fair enough. And maybe at some point we'll have Danny on. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Let's see here. Elijah Craig asks, how can distilleries be creative while also paying
Respect. Yeah.
paying respects to the old guard, creativity or tradition hold more weight?
That's a good question. I mean, I think traditionally in this industry, the reason that history is talked about so much in this industry is because of that long feedback loop, right? You make a whiskey today, you don't really know what that whiskey tastes like until you get it out of the barrel years and years later, right?
Sure.
It's not like a beer where you brew a beer 3-4 days, you can bottle that beer and you can taste it and you can say, hey, maybe we should add a little more malt or whatever. You don't get that quick feedback loop with whiskey, and you don't really understand the full impacts of a change, and for years later. So people, these heritage distilleries like us, they found their process and what worked for them, and they just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it because they knew, like, if we just do everything the same, the whiskey's going to be good because the whiskey that's coming out right now is good, right?
Right.
And people are just afraid to change because you don't know the impacts of those changes for so long. But today we have more data at our fingertips. We have better processes, more data to be able to make changes that we think are small changes, but that will be impactful, and that we think are low risk.
Right.
So I think we are being a lot more creative, but in terms of the big heritage distilleries, I don't think anybody's doing anything too crazy. I mean, if we really go off the rails and make something that we have no idea whether it's going to be good, we make a lot of it. So you could end up with a lot of something that's not very good. So we're pretty conservative compared to the craft distilleries out there. They can be a little more wild and out there, but I think in general, this generation of distillers is being a lot more willing to try new things, being a lot more creative, and I think it's good for the customers. I mean, I love bourbon, and I'm probably more of a traditional rye and bourbon guy. Like this experimental series is my first foray into finishes, but most times that I'm sitting down and drinking whiskey, it's just a straight bourbon, a straight rye. I'm not too crazy in terms of that.
Yeah.
But I do think that the experimentation is good for the industry. I mean, it just puts out so much more variety. It keeps people engaged. I mean, it's fun to try different things that are different than what you've traditionally had and anything that you've ever had. So
Are you ever surprised when like a contract distiller comes in and gives you maybe such a unique mash bill that you have not seen? And or has everything been tried at this point, you think?
I mean, we've tried a lot of stuff. We've tried some really crazy stuff. So nothing really
What's
surprises
like the weirdest
me.
one you think you've tried that you're like, you know what, that we gave it a shot, that's just not going to reach the shelf?
So right around the time I started, we laid down some like quinoa whiskey, and
oh, interesting.
yeah, and I don't need to try it again. But yeah, we've done a lot of crazy stuff, and really like the customers don't approach us with mash bills like super often. Like that's a unique thing. But I mean, we put out a lot. Like I said, I mean, we do about 40 different mash bills. I don't know of another heritage large distillery doing anything close to that. I mean,
And as far as that, you got all those mash bills. I mean, do you have your own cooperage? Do you make your own barrels, or do you have a favorite barrel that cooperage you go to, or is it just?
So anymore, we have about we probably have a dozen different coopers in the rick houses right now, but we have a really strong partnership with Speyside now. So most of our barrels come from Speyside.
So you also have that massive volume, Ian. Like, where do you get all your rye, all your corn to make all this? Like, it's your facility's huge. So how do you source it?
Most of the corn comes from within 100 or a few hundred miles of the distillery. Most of the rye we actually get from Germany and Sweden.
Oh, interesting.
And that started in the Seagrams era, and we've continued that. We do a lot of research on different varieties of rye, different regions and everything. But for the bulk of what we're getting, we're still using that German and Sweden rye.
Interesting.
All right. Our next question here, and actually I'm going to answer this myself. This has been already asked and answered. That's why I'm not spokesperson, but it's just saying, asked about the gift shop store. That was asked and answered earlier. They thought about it, and maybe. All right, moving on. Brad Burzma asked, given the correction that's going on, has MGP been on the lookout for more acquisitions of smaller distilleries? That's a great question.
That is a good question. And we're a publicly traded company, so any acquisition talk is very tight-lipped because people don't like going to jail. So if you're not on the acquisition team, you don't know till it happens. So
okay, fair enough. Mm-hmm. James Gerard, I think he asked how many brands are now under the MGP brand name direct. So we're talking what we mentioned earlier, but what is the total count at this point?
I mean, it's over 100 because of the Luxco portfolio. I mean, the Luxco portfolio has a lot of, like Arrow or Bellows vodka, Arrow Pearl vodka, a lot of brands that are like regional, have been around for quite a while. I mean, Everclear is a Luxco brand. Yeah. So,
but I didn't know that.
Huh. But like the brands that we more focus on are going to be El Mayor Tequila, Exotico Tequila, Rebel, Ezra, Remus, Rossville, Penelope, Yellowstone. I'm probably missing some, but
so you're mainly whiskey, bourbons. You don't do vodkas, gins, or anything like that.
Do.
That what they do?
Yeah.
CTE. Yep. Okay.
So at the distillery, we're the largest producer of gin in North America.
Wow. Okay.
So we make a lot of gin at the distillery. We do a fair amount of GNS as well. So yeah, we're the most versatile of the big distilleries, really. I don't know of another big distillery that does, bourbon, rye, vodka, gin, light whiskey. We kind of do it all.
Okay, I heard tequila. I didn't hear that.
No, he literally said all that stuff, and then Jeff comes right after that. Hey, so you only make like bourbon and whiskey?
Well,
we joke about CTE in his brain all the time, so please excuse him.
Well,
he's got CTE.
There's also like the difference, like what we make at our distillery, and then the brands as a company.
That's not what he was saying.
Because
flat out,
obviously we're not making tequila at our distillery. We have a distillery in Mexico.
Ian, I love the fact that you're trying to smooth things over, but no, he whiffed that one. He just wanted to miss that one. We're gonna. I appreciate you being a team player, but he absolutely missed that one. All right, very good. So Chris asked, do you have any influence on blue corn mash bill bourbon that people really enjoy for a brand that you don't have to name? Chris, he's being a little. Go ahead. But
so the
our
blue corn recipe, I think So I'm pretty sure I set that recipe up a long time ago. I think me and Ross set that recipe up, and I remember running it for the first time because the fermenters were purple.
Oh,
Oh
geez.
my God.
But in terms of, I didn't come up with the recipe. If that's the question.
Okay. East Coast Whiskey Sipper asks, this is interesting because this is where my mind always goes. The 95.5 always thinks MGP. Were you guys the first one to introduce that to your knowledge, or it just seems like 95.5 always think of MGP?
Yeah, I think it wouldn't have been. It was our distillery. It wouldn't have been MGP at the time.
Okay, yeah.
It would have been under the Seagram's era. But yeah, at one time, so the Seagram's rye recipe at one time was 8812. So it was 88 rye, 12 malted barley.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know exactly when that switched from 8812 to 95.5 rye.
Okay.
Because I've seen the 8812 in a lot of the old Seagram's trial books we have. And then, at some point it turned into the 95.5, and it's weird because Seagram's documented everything so well. And we have like every single little weird trial they did, except for that one. The major recipe change kind of slipped through the cracks of the trial books. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly when they first started making that 95.5, but I believe I think that it was first made at our distillery, but it could have been at another Seagram's distillery first.
So Ian, with that rye base, is there a reason why that's in Lawrenceburg, or like a high rye? Is it the rick houses? Is it like, how do you compare that? Why is rye such like a niche in terms of that area? Or
so there's a few different reasons for it. I mean, one of them is just that our Seagram's history. Rye was a big part of all the Seagram's blended whiskeys. So for a long time, I mean, post Prohibition to 2008, maybe 5, really nobody else was really making rye whiskey. And so we have a lot of experience. Another one of the big reasons is that our distillery, we have 2 separate cooking, and distillation trains. So, and one is quite a bit larger than the other. So when I first started to run our 95.5 rye, we had to be running a very heavy corn mash bill on the big side. So the big cooker and the big distillation train needed to be running a very heavy corn mash bill to be able to run that 95.5 rye on the small side. And the reason for that is because the whole stillage, or the spent grain from the beer stills, gets combined in the dryer house. So to be able to run that high rye mash bill through the dryer house, we had to be running high corn on the other side. But now we've implemented some kind of newer technology and new techniques that allow us, we can run the 95.5 on both sides at the same time now, which we wouldn't have dreamt about when I started.
Wow. Very cool.
Kind of as expected. We got a very active chat tonight as far as asking questions. I love it. Keep them coming. Sandy Jones asks, in your journey of producing American Light whiskey, is it higher distilling proof that gives it its distinctive characteristics, or do you guys kind of tweak the barrels? How do you look at that?
So the barrels, the light whiskey goes into used cooperage for one. Mm-hmm. And the distilling process is very different. So it's actually a batch distillation process. So basically, up through fermentation and then through the beer still, it's very similar. So, fermentation's the same. We take that fermented mash, we strip the alcohol out on a beer still. But then after that, it's very different. So it doesn't go like beer still to doubler. We will charge one of our kettles. and run a batch distillation, and it's a column kettle run. So instead of our kettle feeding the vapor line, can either be valved into a couple condensers to run as a doubler for like traditional American bourbon rye whiskey, or it can be the vapors can actually be valved into a rectifier to run like a hybrid still, and that it's a batch distillation running like a hybrid still with the light whiskey.
Interesting.
David Tanko asks, grains from Europe, is that cause of GMO in the U.S. And more land raised strains in Europe?
So Seagram's did a ton of research to identify the areas of Germany and Sweden that we get our rye from. Now, in the last 15 years, what's being put in the ground has changed a lot. The KWSs of the world have created a lot of hybrid varieties that get much better yield in the field, have better resistance to different stressors, are heavier in starch. So it's not really about GMO. It's more about location, but since what's being put in the field has changed, we are also doing a lot of research continuously into, okay, well, what of these hybrid strains do we like best? Do we like open pollinated strains better? And then, okay, well, if you like the open pollinated strain better, how do you get the farmer to plant it, right? Because if he's getting 120 bushels an acre out of a new hybrid variety, he doesn't want to go back to 80 bushels an acre on an open pollinated variety.
Yeah. Right.
So we're very in tune with the agriculture. I think we've led the way in some degrees with the research we've done around rye specifically. But it's just like an ever evolving thing. And we're also, we're the largest importer of rye in North America. So to move that whole supply chain is very difficult. I mean, you're talking about a lot of acres planted. And in the US, we don't plant a lot of rye, and what we do plant, a lot of it's cover crop. So we have we're doing all this research. We're trying to figure out, what makes the most sense for us, what we like best, what we think makes the best whiskey. But we're also handicapped by our size, and it's hard to move that entire supply chain. But for our own brands, we can do some like really interesting stuff, with different varieties of rye and smaller batches and stuff like that.
Scott Gallagher asks, can you speak to any number that reveals the scale of production for a typical day for MGP? For instance, barrels produced a day, gallons of water pulled from the ground, things just to kind of compare it to maybe what we know with other distillers, what they kind of do, just to put it in scale.
So we're publicly traded, like I said before. We've never made a public statement about our production. In terms of like gallons of water we pull out of the ground, we pull about 8.5 million gallons of water out of the ground every day. You can't back into our production numbers from that. Most of that's non-contact cooling water.
Let me get my calculator out. Hang on.
Fair enough, right?
Yeah. And what's the size of like the MGP compound? If you had to like put it in scale of how big this is.
So it's just about a mile from north to south.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. That's
unbelievable.
And that encompasses all of what was once the Rossville Distillery and what was
Okay.
once the Squibb Distillery.
Wow. And all that's being used is actively used.
So what was the Squibb Distillery and eventually post-prohibition became the Shenley Distillery is only used for maturation now. So those are just rick houses. All the distilling is done on the former Rossville and Seagram site.
Wow. Eliza Craig asks, what do you consider as a high rye mash bill? And that's always actually a pretty cool question because it seems like I get, I don't know, like 5 different answers from 5 different people.
Right. Yeah. What is high rye?
What do you consider a high rye to be?
I mean, I think, our LESV, which is our 21% rye, is, I think, kind of considered high rye in the industry. I mean, we don't consider it high rye because that's the lower of our 2 kind of historic bourbon mash bills. But we also make the 49% rye. So, and we go all the way up to a 100% rye whiskey. So, I don't know. I think in general, like that 21% and up is, I think, both of our kind of historic Seagram's bourbon mash bills are considered high rye.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Question here. Is gin under the Seagram's name? I think we asked and answered that one. Jeff, you want to take that one?
I think we're good. Thanks, Bob.
Maybe he did that one on purpose. I'm not sure. I love this question. I see some of it. Don McLean introduced rye to me in his song that came out in 1971. Who was making rye back then? That's a nice segue there. Any guesses on that one?
Oh man, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know if the Rittenhouse brand would have been in production then. I mean, I know that there was just a big lull in rye after, shortly after Prohibition, up until the kind of early 2000s, and other than us, I don't know who would have been making it other than us at scale, and what label that would have been under.
Sure.
And it may have just been, the song may have been more of a callback to, earlier times too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the segue though. Mr. Blankenship asks, what craft distillers do you enjoy? Even if I guess this is where he's getting at too, whether it's even your own or not. What are you drinking nowadays if it's not your product?
So, I like what a lot of the craft distilleries are doing now. One that comes to mind is Frey Ranch, I like the ones that are doing the grain to glass. I think is pretty neat. Yeah. And Frey Ranch does a lot with rye, and they're just really nice people. I've met some of the Frey Ranch people out on the road, so yeah, good people. But I think a lot of the craft distilleries are doing, some neat things. Like I said, that feedback loop is long, so it takes a while to make good whiskey. I think that's why, most people's favorite beer comes from a craft brewery. Most people's favorite whiskey comes from one of the heritage distilleries. But no, I think a lot of the craft guys are doing really, really good things.
Do you happen to see a craft distillery that you would say would be a good up and comer as far as, what we need to be looking out for?
I'm probably not the best person to ask because, I if I turned around my laptop right now, you'd see a shelf with a lot of bottles on it, a lot of bottles that we don't make. But anymore, I drink our stuff almost exclusively.
Why not?
Oh yeah, I mean that's security for.
And I used to drink a lot more variety of different distilleries, but anymore I stick to our stuff. I mean, one of my good friends is master distiller at Barton now, so like whenever I see him, like he'll give me a sample or something that I'll bring home and drink. But I love rye. I love our rye, and I kind of stick to our stuff anymore. And it's not even like intentionally. It's not like I'm snubbing the other distilleries, because I think a lot of the other distilleries make incredible whiskey too. It's just that like I can't, sample barrels at all the other distilleries. I just have such like a lot available to me from our distillery.
And along those lines, I mean, you see a lot of the craft distilleries that source MGP, and then they're very popular. They grow. They want to go out on their own. They start making their own distillate.
Oh man, that's when it all goes.
And then that seems like that's when it all goes to hell. Why is that? I mean, if they're doing the same process that you're doing for them, what seems to be the stumbling block, you think?
Well, I don't think any of them are really mimicking our process. And even if they were, like, Seagram's did a lot of research around, you talked about rye in Lawrenceburg, and even in the Seagram's era, they recognized that the rye from Lawrenceburg was different. They preferred the rye from Lawrenceburg from any of the other distilleries. And they did a lot of work trying to recreate the rye we make in Lawrenceburg at the other distilleries. And they went as far as, trucking the water from our aquifer. They used the same grain. They used very similar equipment. All of the, stills were designed by Seagram Central Engineering. And what they kind of came up with is, the kind of unique microbes living in each little microclimate at each distillery are going to really impact the whiskey coming from that distillery. And that's why, I think each of the big distilleries kind of has its signature flavors,
Local
I'm
environment.
not 100%, but a lot of times if you give me a whiskey from one of the other heritage distilleries, I can guess it a lot of the time, right? Because each one has its own kind of unique characteristics, and it's just hard to replicate. I mean, Seagram's couldn't replicate their own whiskey at their other distilleries that were designed very similarly. So
that's awesome.
A good point.
Yeah.
Dave Rinstrom says, just a comment, but it's true as far as from his point of view. Very cool listening to a fellow chemistry nerd who's in the whiskey industry. He himself started in the chemistry world, but switched to pharmacy. But I think Mr. Rinstrom, he gets you. So, all right. So I believe we have all the questions currently caught up. I got to tell you, man, I've been looking forward to this interview because I think, these kind of interviews, especially with someone who has such a, you can't walk through a room without seeing an MGP whiskey. That's just, I think it's near impossible. And the fact that, the point Jeff made, you see people try to duplicate, once they get going up and going, and sometimes they just cannot for whatever reason. And it happens, more often than not. And, I would imagine you probably have customers that have tried that, said to themselves, you know what, let's go back. Let's give you guys a call, and, let's go back to the good old days because you guys kind of do it right. I would imagine that happens from time to time.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I mean, and we know of a local distillery that is attempting that right now. And the process is not going very well for them.
Yeah.
I was just curious about that whole process.
Lip Service Crew says something about the Penelope 13. I didn't know they go by numbers, or am I missing
Well,
something?
yeah, this I think he's referring to this. This is not the 13. This
That's
is the
11.
11 Founders
That's the
Reserve.
Founders
Yeah.
Reserve 11 Lot C.
Oh, okay.
Well, the 13 is distilled in Kentucky.
Ooh, and you guys have you guys have rick houses in Kentucky as well, right? They're not just in Lawrenceburg area.
Yeah, so we have a few offsite rick houses. We're in Williamstown, Kentucky, Sunman, Indiana, and Jennings County, Indiana. And that's the offsite for our distillery. But obviously,
Right.
we have Lux Row and Limestone down in
So,
Kentucky.
so being distilled in Kentucky, that the Lux Row facility, is that what you're referring to, or something you can't say?
Well,
They are a
can't
publicly
say.
traded company, and therefore he's got to watch what he says.
That is true. I can't say, but I can tell you that Lux Row wasn't around 13 years ago. So
Okay. All right. Good to know.
If he could rhyme, he would. So, all right, Ian, I appreciate you coming on. That was for you bourbon nerds out there. I think this is something that we've been waiting for a while. We just geek up about. It's one of these episodes. Actually, you probably could replay again in case you missed something. But what a great interview, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come on to this show. You must have owed him a favor or something.
No, we're just Eastern Cincinnati neighborhood connection, man.
All right.
That's what it is.
And Ian, I appreciate you coming on. And
He's not from the West Side.
Not
and
West Side.
I wouldn't mind back in our conversation before. I believe you said Danny, right? As far as part of Penelope.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind at some point maybe we get him on and we can zone in on that. And that's another conversation to be had at a later time. But nevertheless, for now, man, what an education we just got, and
phenomenal.
Man, I mean, I don't know what we do without you guys.
Yeah.
Got to be honest with you. I think over half my whiskey collection would be gone if you guys did not exist.
no, I appreciate chatting with you guys. Thanks for having me on. Open invitation to the distillery if you guys ever want to come out and see the place. I'll show you around.
We'll be there tomorrow.
Yes. That's awesome. All right.
All right, and I'm glad this is recorded too, so we get to play this back. So we're just going to show the guy up front, the guard, say, "Listen, Ian told us this. Listen to him. He said this." So I appreciate the offer, and we are definitely going to follow up with you on that one. And what a great thing! And man, you've got to wait. You got to pinch yourself sometimes when you wake up. Like, this is what I do for a living, right?
Yeah, I didn't really search it out, but I kind of just stumbled into my dream job. So
Well, from paper to
love it every day.
From paper to liquor.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a big old jump.
Big jump.
Well, it found you. How's
And
that?
to
That's the best kind of a job,
a
right?
heritage distillery.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
not just like
And it's not like it's like a stepping stone. It's like, not where do you go from here? You are here.
you are there.
You're where you're at, and
Unbelievable.
you're barely turning 40, and we can't wait to see what you do in the next 10, 20, 30 years. I mean,
Absolutely.
that may be a scary statement for me to say to you, but we're looking forward to it because what you've done up to this point, along with the rest of your team, because I know it's not just you, it's everybody else that's around you.
Yep.
The way you talk about it, I really appreciate what you and MGP does to the whiskey world. So hats off to you guys.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, I apprate that. Thank you.
All right, we'll be in touch.
Thanks, Ian.
All right, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. See ya.
I'll be damned.
The knowledge.
Thank you, by the way, for
Yes.
connecting us.
Yeah, it's.
And you heard what the man said. We have an open invitation,
Yeah.
and that's a rare.
It don't happen
thing.
every day.
No, it doesn't.
Ian's a great guy.
Yeah.
It's the Cincinnati connection, right, or the local connection.
Well,
Dayton
I mean,
connection.
he's based Dayton to like
Yeah.
Cincinnati, still
Yeah.
Cincinnati based,
Well,
and we're fortunate to have Lawrenceburg right here in our
No, we are.
backyard.
We are.
Yeah.
We definitely are.
Middletown native right here. So
Oh, geez.
No, don't, dude. Don't even. So,
that was for
so
Bob.
thanks,
That was for
Ian.
Bob.
all right, let's speed this show up a little bit. Not really speed it up. Get to some other tasks at hand. Tonight's hashtag is MGP. In honor of Ian coming on tonight, we have some giveaways coming on. Once again, do you remember what those giveaways were in the hashtag game?
The hashtag MGP is the Penelope lineup of Valencia, Cigar Batch, and the
Architect.
The Cream Brulee, the Valencia, and the Cigar Batch from Penelope. And then the other one is
Remus 9-year.
the Remus 9-year experimental, which
Right.
I've been sipping on that tonight.
Yep.
They
And then-
have as well. They have the Remus Bottle Club. So I know we
Oh,
didn't talk
okay.
about that,
All
but
right.
if anybody that's out there wants to look up, just type in Remus Bottle Club, and they have
Okay.
batch 2
Yeah,
out right
that,
now.
that whole Remus history on all that too,
Oh, the
in the
history of
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Aren't you related to him?
Yeah, way back.
Yeah, George Remus. You're related to him in the history books.
Yeah, way back.
But still, there's a family tree. that
There's a
goes
family
through
tree
it.
that goes through it. Yeah, but I mean,
Cool.
you got the old Pogue Distillery.
Yeah.
You got his house and
Because he's like a Cincinnati bootlegger.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he owned one of the distilleries there with it
It was he
on
owned
the
over-
propery of MGP
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
At one
Yeah.
point.
at one point. And then there was also, like I said, the old Pogue Distillery,
Old
which
Pogue,
you
yeah.
know is I mean is they're putting out limited stuff right now, but
Okay.
we got a tour coming up for that. I haven't told you about yet, but coming up for that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
I
the
heard
whole
it's awesome.
Remus thing.
No, I mean I think it's great. And then tonight's $5 super chat, which one of them in there, I wasn't gonna put Ian on the spot because I've been told that they're a public trading company, and I don't want to do it to him. But at least my belief, and you all can correct me in chat. If so, then I'll be proudly to switch it out. But I believe rumor has it I'm correct. The MGP premium pours is the Barrel King Chocolate Stag Burr Rye, which we don't talk about that enough. And man, that's one of my favorite pours.
Yeah.
We've had that bottle for a minute. Did I put it back or something?
You did. Oh, my bad. They're behind you.
As you can tell, we have a little bit left. And then Onyx and Amber American Light Whiskey. And then this is where the controversy comes in because it's not.
Always a lot of controversy around.
13
Yeah,
Colony Double
right.
Up. I think it's MGP, but kill me if I'm not right.
I mean, it does state that it's been distilled in Indiana, and
yeah, but they
So is
got
it a
they got in
blend?
trouble not too long ago.
they
for not,
did. Yeah, they
doing
did.
that kind of stuff. And then also what we're gonna do for everyone there in Super Chat Land is that if you want to switch anything out, I can proudly tell you I am now caught up on only drams. All the bottles have been scanned
Okay.
under Bourbon and Ballz.
You went
Bill-
to town, huh?
Dude, it took me 4 hours.
I was going to say that had.
It was a long. Well, it took me for a combination of organizing and then scanning. I started from scratch. Yeah.
And then you had to.
So
Yeah.
whoever wins Super Chat tonight, and also understand whoever wins Super Chat is also going to win the mailbox
Point of order.
because we're down to one order
That's true.
I think
or one number.
the confusion might come in. The bottles do say they've been produced and bottled in Americus, Georgia. But I think when you look at the website, it does say it's distilled in Indiana. So
Yeah, that's where they all get in trouble.
yeah.
Why not celebrate that you're MGP?
I know it kind of plays second fiddle, and it's sad because
Yeah.
it's MGP makes such great juice.
So
Well,
Bob,
and there
dude.
has been distilleries too that have gone as far as to change their name
yes.
to get away from the Lawrenceburg.
Right.
Larrikin, let's just put it out there. Everybody knows Larrikin changed their name from Lawrenceburg Distilling to Larrikin
Yeah.
because they wanted to get away from
Well, that
not necessarily a stigma, but they didn't want to be associated with being a Lawrenceburg MGP
Right,
brand.
MGP brand.
Yeah.
that's totally
I know, but it happens,
No, but MGP's rocking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are the rye base. If you look at like anything rye, probably 90% of it's coming out of
Yep.
Lawrenceburg,
Yep.
Indiana.
Yep.
And you look at Lawrenceburg, Indiana, outside of Perfect North.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
so. Finishing up on the Super Chat thing, my point was looking the only drams. Feel free to look around, whatever you like, you see. feel free to substitute one of the offerings. If you are a paid Patreon, we will let you substitute 2 of the 3 offerings. As far as anything that's in Only Drams, it is up to date. So have fun with it.
I have got to get mine up to date. I have just been so busy. I mean, I got. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Chris. I got to do it, man. Sorry.
All right. Very good. So next week, we have another special guest that is coming on, and I am equally excited to have them on.
Yes.
Because if everything breaks correctly, which it probably won't in true Bourbon and Ballz fashion, but if we get lucky and everything breaks correctly, I'm hoping to have another, I would love to say, major announcement that coincides to next week's guest, which is Cox Creek.
Cox's Creek.
We're going with
COX''S Cox.
Anyways, we're going with Cox Creek. Anyways, and they are familiar to you by the way of they make Good Times, Old Zach, and of course Old Rick, which, prove me wrong, give me something in front of me. There's nothing better than Old Rick American Light whiskey.
I can put our bourbon of the year to you.
You know what happened with that?
What happened?
You screwed it up.
Oh, I
You
screwed
the
it up.
pooch.
I screwed it up.
What?
Everybody in chat knows you screwed the pooch.
How did I
What
screw
are you talking about?
Because of your scoring, Old Rick did not win.
They
bourbon.
lost by 1 point.
And why is that? You put it in 3rd place.
Oh, it's me.
You
Okay.
3rd place. That is not a 3rd place bourbon. 2nd at worst. 1st in everybody's hearts.
I might have had fish that day.
Wow. You and your fish can whatever, because Old Rick, to me, you get. I dare someone to put another whiskey in front of me, and chat will agree. Mr. Vogel saying will agree with me. That's funny. Mr. Vogel saying will agree with me. Saying that that's the best whiskey he's ever had, and that's saying something. Gandy Rowe will say the same thing. I believe Eliza Craig will say the same thing. Myself will say the same thing.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Here's the thing.
How dare you say it's not bad?
I didn't. It's not bad.
No kidding, it's not bad.
But it wasn't my favorite for the bourbon of the year.
Okay. To each their own. And it's going to have an opportunity to redeem itself, right? Most likely.
What are you doing right now?
What? I'm just saying.
I'm going to call you Jeff.
Why?
You're saying too much.
It's not me this time.
Let's pipe it down there, buddy. We'll talk more about this next week.
One voice restriction. All right. Go ahead. Keep going, brother.
No, I'm done. I'm good.
Okay.
So anyways, my point was Cox Creek is on next week.
Okay.
And hopefully you join us for that. Jimmy's going to be on, or maybe it might be, I think his name is Nate.
I think it's Nate. Yeah. Well, I think they may both be on. I think Jimmy might.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Cox Creek next week.
Cox's Creek, yes.
Cox's Creek.
Yeah.
Right? March 15th open.
March 5th is now.
March 5th.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep. We do have a open date right now, March 5th. Barry Downing has
March 12th. We got
oh my gosh.
Marianne Eves.
All right. Anyways, we'll put it on Patreon, remember? Jeffro?
Yes. Yep.
All right. Well, then let's quit doing that.
Right.
Yep.
I don't want to bore people to death. All right. Moving on to other things. Poker Tuesday is on. It returns after a little bit of a hiatus. It's going to for any paid patrons. I will send out a message probably on Monday to remind people that we, for the first time, we are now going to be doing it in Discord. Discord has its own poker app. Keith Clayton and I kind of messed around with it.
Really?
Sweet.
Yes.
Where was Keith tonight? I didn't see Keith out there.
He's in there.
Is he?
Well, I imagine he is. But anyways, Keith Clayton and I messed around with it, and it works very well. And it sets 9 or maybe 10 people at the table, which would be nice. So we're gonna do that on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for all paid patrons. I'll send a message out probably on Monday to get everybody prepared for those who win or want to go, or not want to go, want to participate in Discord. So you got to have a Discord account, and then the winner gets like some free samples or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
This coming up Monday is gonna be the last Monday of the poor decisions. We're gonna find out who killed Charlie.
Well, last
Yeah, it's like
of this
killed
round,
Kitty.
Yeah.
Who killed Kenny? So you got 3 choices. You got some weapons involved, and you got some places involved. But you got the I think one of the places involves like the post office or something. So, anyways,
The last.
yeah. So, what I'll probably do in Monday's last post is I'll probably repost all the other clues, only
Okay.
because we've had a lot of posts. And I do a lot of work through Patreon. I communicate most through Patreon than any other platform.
For now.
And if you guys saw the video on Patreon, for those who
Right.
are a free member or paid member, for those who aren't and that are considering to be Patreon members, you're welcome to get in now by all means. This won't affect you, only to say this much. On March the 6th, we are going to move from Patreon to the Communities app that's built into Only Drams. The idea is to be able to promote more things that we want to do as a channel without worrying about being restricted.
Yep.
As some channels are on Patreon. And then the bigger picture down the road, other than just our barrel picks, is going to be able to do a one-stop shop in that app when it comes to other things we like to do in the community as well. So look out for that. Those changes come in March 6th. I explained to most. Watch the video if you haven't seen it in Patreon. As far as the details on that, but
and shout out to Chris and Trenton
sure.
and all the people over there at Owen
put that
Drams
together
for
and set up
it's such
and-
short notice too,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Because we brought this up, it's been a known thing for a little while,
Yeah.
but it's been really quick. Now
and
come
it's
about.
time.
Yeah,
It's
it is time.
to do that because it's kind of hindered on what we do. So nevertheless, it's going to benefit you all. So all right, moving on. I guess we can go ahead and officially announce this now, since I went ahead and notified a few people. Our next barrel pick is going to be Magnolia. Those samples are about to be sent out this weekend. The way we're going to do it, they've already been selected. Is we're going to do a virtual pick, and they've been chosen through our Patreon members and how we chose them, where people basically are least likely to basically do any other barrel picks with us just because of location.
Right.
So a couple of them are in California, Colorado, I believe in Chicago, but they're going to be part of the pick team. I believe one of the choices, if I'm correct, Chad knows more about than I do, is a 9-year buff turkey. Am I correct?
There should be some buff turkey
Okay.
in the picks.
Okay.
And anyway, I don't know how much they want to disclose of the
Other
specifics
stuff.
of it right
Okay.
now.
That's fine. That's
but
fine.
Yeah. I
And
don't
then
want to share too
the price on this barrel pick, to me, I think is going to be phenomenal for you all.
Crazy.
We're looking in the mid 60s.
Yeah.
And that's
price
going to be
points and all.
that is a phenomenal price point for you all.
For a 9-year,
For like
possible.
a 9-year bourbon
Yeah.
buff
And-
turkey. It depends on what you guys pick as far as the team.
Yeah.
But I can't wait. And we should have a better launch on that one through the Communities app. Like I said, through Only Drams. So we can't wait for that.
Yeah, to explain a little bit on what happened with Larrikin, we were restricted, I guess, so to speak, for the advertising and promotion because of what's been going on with TikTok and Facebook and Patreon, people getting booted and kicked off and shut down for promotion of those kind of things. So,
But nevertheless, if you guys saw our last couple of videos, there's a montage of those moments, and it's all about these meetups that we do.
Yep.
We are very close. I don't want to do it right now. Maybe next week. We're very close on announcing probably our first Bourbon and Ballz meetup, I think, because everything else has been almost like surrounded by like an event,
right?
Yeah.
Other than the meetup,
This
I
will
love
be
doing meetups.
specifically
Yeah.
just for the meetup.
So stay tuned on that. I think if we get it locked down, we're looking at probably the end of March. But we'll officially announce that hopefully next week because we got to wait on it. We're waiting on a couple of things to pan out. Everything's going on in Patreon. The Winter Olympics. I haven't checked the standings lately, but I think Patrick was leading the medal count.
Yeah.
Anyways, that being said, just want to mention that that's wrapping up, and then our next sporting event, sports ball event, courtesy of I just want to say that with Colonel Blankenship. sports ball event. It's going to be our March Madness bracket. I think because our Patreon has grown, and I freaking love it because it allows us to do other things. I think we're now at the point where our sporting events or whatever, instead of samples, we're going to turn them into bottles. I think that's where we're at now. And again, I've always said this, the more we grow, the better off you guys will benefit from it. So now we're turning the samples into bottles. So that'll be our giveaway March Madness, and then go moving forward. I think we're going to start doing that. But we got March Madness coming up. We got the Masters coming up. We have the World Cup coming up. So we have quite a bit of sporting events coming up. The Daytona 500, I freaking loved it. I thought
Shout out to Max K for winning the.
Yeah, David Tanko won second, and then Bourbonado Sean won third.
Yep.
So those are things we kind of do in our Patreon. It's active in my mind, just because we throw a lot into it, whether it's sports games, our murder mystery, our Poker Tuesday. We funnel a lot of things through our Patreon. And I hope you guys are enjoying it as a benefit.
Yeah,
so,
and a huge thank you for everybody that does the Patreon.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, very good. All right, let's get through our hashtag game, which is MGP. Let's do that. If you have not done that already, I will give you guys a minute to do that, and we will get going. If you guys could, and it helps us tremendously. I know we often forget, at least I do too, when I watch other channels. Hit that like button if you don't mind. If we can get across, I would say 50, we will throw in an extra spin. Sorry, Tyler.
I want to say Chad kind of caught this. I'm sitting here doing this, you call twiddling your thumbs.
Yeah.
Because thanks to Tyler over here helping out with putting together all the samples and keeping track.
We say it
and
every
getting
week.
ready to write down who actually won.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just kind of, it's all on him, buddy.
We finally have time. Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Really do.
You the man, Tyler.
Charlie does anyway, so you guys just match it.
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
All right. Let's spin this bad boy. Hashtag MGP.
MGP.
42 people in. Let's roll. You're going to have another opportunity if we can get to 50 likes. Let's see if we're at 45. So I'm going to stick to my 50. So if we get it, then we will do another drawing. But nevertheless, here we roll. And Tyler's ready to write that down. And the answer is the winner is Snow-Baboon.
Snow-Baboon.
Nice.
Congratulations.
And also, we have the Discord channel out there where we have a slot where if you have anybody that you would like for us to get in touch with as far as a guest, getting the distillery on, somebody that we don't even know about, throw it in there. And I'm going through that. I don't know if anybody's seen lately, but I've put up a lot of new guests that are coming up that are basically your requests. So let us know, and we'll go out and hunt them down and get them on there.
Well said. All right, looks like we did hit the 50, so I'm going to.
That was quick.
Run it again.
Yeah, we're going to run it again, and the hashtag this time is going to be the letters. We're going to make it simple. We're going to make it BNB for Bourbon and Ballz. We use the N for those purposes.
Yeah.
So BNB, if you want in on, I guess what we'll just run it again. Duplicates the samples.
Duplicate samples. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, there. I'll give you guys a few minutes to do that. Hashtag BNB. Why isn't this counting?
Well,
Has anybody entered it yet?
yeah, they're in there.
Yeah,
right
all
now.
kinds of.
Okay.
What StreamYard is acting weird tonight?
There's a lag.
Yeah, there is a little
There
bit of
is
a
a
lag.
lag.
Yeah,
So take a second.
I think it's the weather.
No, I was glad to hear is like the Ross and Squibb and the MGP was not like the names can be used interchangeably. That
Yeah,
it wasn't like
but see what I thought was weird because MGP named Ian Stursman as the head of the brands of Ross and Squibb.
Right.
Gotcha. So they're
So it's kind of like
it's kind of like which one
they're the parent company,
and
Ross
then
and
you
Squibb,
have Ross and Squibb
right.
as the
and then they handle all these.
okay.
I-
So the big umbrella is still MGP.
Yeah, right.
And then you have Ross and Squibb as kind of like their non-contract.
Right. That
distillery
they make the Rossville, they
that
make the Remus.
all their
right.
other
And then
juice, and then they still
Penelope
have
does
under the
theirs.
other side.
Right. Penelope does theirs.
Gotcha.
You
Good
have
clarification.
yeah, right. You have Luxco that makes theirs.
Yeah.
And they're 100 brands, I think he said. How many? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a major conglomerate for sure.
Yeah.
Mile.
Imagine a mile.
Right.
Like you drive a mile,
Yeah.
and this is still MGP.
And he said how many millions of gallons of water? 800 million gallons of water a
Yeah,
day.
Catch the exact number.
Yeah, but good
Crazy.
Lord. Yeah.
All right, let's do this roll of hashtag BNB because we hit the 50 likes. Here we go. I don't waste time.
Nope, you don't.
Okay, maybe I do. All right,
Really?
Brian Callahan,
right.
nice.
There you go, brother.
You know what? It is nice to see new winners.
Yeah.
Instead of like
Yeah.
Vogelsang all the time.
Vogelsang
Granted,
wins
we haven't done
everything.
super chat yet, but
Dave Vogelsang wins everything.
so far he may go for a big fat over.
We had Brian.
Going back to the Olympics right now, number one is Little Duke.
Ooh,
Nice. He's
Patrick,
been holding
nice
up
job,
that
man.
Christy
spot.
Romine's number two.
Oh, she's moved up.
Not
Right.
far?
She's not far behind.
Oh, she came out of nowhere.
She's yeah. And then Keith Glandon is coming in at third.
Randy in
Yep.
third.
And our own
Oh,
Mr.
look at
Patterson
number
here. Yeah,
four.
number 4.
The sleeper.
Watch out, Keith.
Tyler is a sleeper, man. Watch out.
My strategy was I did not pick USA.
Okay. We'll see if it pans out,
Yeah,
brother.
I don't know.
I did, and I'm not doing well.
Could be like a duck race, man, where you just
I think
shoot
I
off.
think it'll come down. It's getting close.
And USA's third in the medal,
I think so.
but it's different how they're counting the medals this year. At least it seems that way.
Yeah.
I don't know that 100. Yeah.
And I did notice that some people they have an overall because they're getting more silver and bronze medals rather than gold.
Then
Right.
gold.
So some of these numbers for our rankings are going up, but not even by gold medals.
Right.
It's
So
just
That's where I'm
because
getting
of
my
the overall
yeah.
medal totals
Yeah.
versus
So
Yep.
yeah, it's not like you're getting more points for gold versus a silver. So total medals. And it's cool to see other countries that are getting medals that have never earned them before. So yeah, Olympics is cool.
All right, very good. Let's see here. Let me
Interesting. Shout out to Josh. Just got a message from him on LinkedIn.
who's Josh?
He is on the palette. He's Josh, your boy. He's a content producer at Under a Groove Network.
All right, this sounds like you just put like 10 words together, fragmented. I
nope.
understood nothing what you just said.
Short. What's the
What
Cliff
is that?
Notes
Was
there,
that
bro?
English?
It was.
All right.
the manager for
Cliff notes. Oh.
For who?
All right. Just put Josh in there in short.
Yeah. Just put Josh in.
Who's Josh?
He is a new contact. He just reached out and said, "Hey,
There we go.
yeah."
Thanks, Josh.
His channel is called Josh Your Boy, and he is a content producer with different whiskeys.
Where are you getting this information from?
LinkedIn?
Why are we talking about LinkedIn?
Because I just gave a shout out to him.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right.
That's got to be the dumbest thing. I'm sorry, Josh. That's got to be the dumbest thing we've ever done on this channel.
All right.
Just
It makes
said
no
hey.
sense what we just did there.
Just said hey. I said hey back.
All right, Josh. Hello. So I'm sorry if I seem disenchanted, but you should be in our chat.
He might be. He might be on.
No, if it isn't, I'm sorry. Love you, man. All right. Let's get this thing rolling here.
Thank you all for joining in.
We have any Venmo, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right, go for it.
Let's see.
It ain't that hard.
Dollar Bill is 1. Elijah Craig is 1. Jim Struts 1. Corey 1. And Mr. Vogel sang 4. And that is all I have at this point.
I will say this: we do prefer Venmo over any other form of payment, but
We got that.
it is so easy to just
I know.
click
I
the
know.
thing. So
Yeah.
But we
I
do
do
have
appreciate
the
it.
QR code
that we never put up.
that you never
Yes.
put up. Yeah.
So
You know what?
I got one more.
Good.
hold on. Let me get this, and I'll get to your next one.
You know what I forgot to tell Ian was Husky Dog had a hand in making the glass table.
Oh, that is
for
right.
I'll have to text him that.
Yeah, he did.
That Husky Dog had a hand in making the glass table for the conference room at
All right.
MGP.
All right, Jeffro.
Husky Dog.
Brian Callahan is for 1. That's
Nice.
my addition.
All right, here we go. Let me double check everything. I think we are ready to roll. I will say this: the super chat, it's not working correctly, but I think I have it, and I want to repeat everything. And I'm gonna give it a second and chat to make sure we have not forgotten anybody, because this is glitchy tonight. It is all kinds of glitchy.
Yeah, it is. There's some severe lag going on too.
Well, not even that. The super chat's not even working correctly because it's not matching up to what I have going on here. But that's why I want to kind of go over it. See, there you go. I got 2 more people in here, and it's not even counting them. I'm telling you, this is weird. Let me hand do this. Hold on.
Probably. Here. I wonder if it has to do with the storm.
That
Wi-Fi.
right there. If anybody can hear that, a little bit of
Oh, that was the storm.
rumble in the.
It's probably the storm.
See, Rick Miller and then Chris Blankenship. I got him now, but it's not in our list over here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have to check 3 different places to make sure we have the super chats. So there's some of you guys I cannot highlight because our StreamYard is not working correctly. But I'm thinking that I got you. I got everybody. So that being said, I'm going to read it off my master list here. Actually, I'm going to put it up on screen too.
That
I
was
can't believe
close.
it's thunderstorm. This is the first time I've heard it in what, 6 months?
Yeah, we got.
Oh, there's a tornado warning. I just got a text message. You know what? The show goes on, people. Oh, hey. Oh, never mind. Oops. Names. We have 38. Edit list. All right, here we go. Let me share the screen so I can show people. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to share the screen here to show you. I'm almost certain that this is correct. Here we roll. Snow Baboon, Mr. Robert Percival, thank you for the super chats. Jeremy Dirks, thank you very much as always. Crappy Cat, I thank you for doing this as well. If you guys put comments in the super chat, I apologize. I cannot read them because StreamYard is acting up tonight, and I'm not getting everybody's super chats through that. I got to check 3 different avenues. Anyways, that being said, Gerald Romine, you're in for 2. Thank you very much. Jay Cornett, you're in for 1. West Virginia Bourbon Guy, you're in for 2. Gandy Road, you're in for 1. And this is in particular order as far as how I got him through. And then you're also going to see the plus memberships anyway. So if you're a plus membership and you also super chatted, you're going to see your names in multiple different spots. Maybe not in order, though. C.A. Scotty, Keith Glandon, Rick Miller, Wilmington Piper, Pete, Mike Rowe, Ron Thompson, Stan Sabick, Gary McDonald. You got Gerald again, Christy Romine, Robert Percival, Gandy again, Patrick, Barbonado, Sean, Dollar Bill, Elijah Craig. Can I finish?
You can't talk when you're
People, well, I'm on
Yes,
mute.
sir. Good.
It's hard to do this when I got
I
noise in my ears.
understand.
You know?
It's okay, bro.
Jim Struts, Corey, Dave Vogel saying 4 times. I'm gonna stare at you while I do this.
That's awkward.
I'm gonna look at you. It's like when you know what it is?
Stare down? What are
It's
we
like
gonna
when
do?
Weller, he stares at me when he goes out the bathroom. When he goes in the backyard, he does eyes to eye. Of course, the question could be is why am I staring at him when he's doing it, right?
Probably
He's
when he's
sitting going,
dumping. He's looking at you.
Yeah.
and like, I'm squeezing.
And he's making eye-to-eye contact
He's
with me.
making eye-to-eye contact.
And I'm just messing with y'all.
All right.
All right. Dave Vogelstein
Keep
4
going.
times. Brian Callahan 1 time. Rick Miller twice. Chris Blankenship 2 times. Are we missing anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody
Thank you,
else?
guys.
And Mr. Hillbilly Logic has just put in a $5.
Okay. All right. Is that who I'm missing?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Rick Moreland.
cool.
He is trying out the last person theory. I believe.
Thank you for the contributions. Here we
Yep.
go.
Hold on. I got to check everybody else because the way the super chat is. All right. Very good. We are closed for the super chat. We have, oh man, I did the damn ducks. I don't want ducks. Hold
What do
on.
you want?
We never do ducks.
He wants the
I
foodies.
understand. I asked you what you wanted.
No, I
not
don't
what
know.
you don't want.
We're gonna cut back to the page. Let's see what
Oh, good Lord.
let's
Here
see
we
what
go.
choices we have. Man, let's do something we haven't done in a while. I know we do foodie race.
Too bad we don't have a Beavis.
I mean,
and
but we have the
Butthead.
Olympics dragon race.
We need a Beavis and Butthead race.
I know we've done the ski
TV for my mom.
before.
NASCAR.
Any other Winter Olympics?
Is
Is that a Winter Olympics?
sled racing? Yes.
We haven't done this one.
Iditarod. Here we go.
All right, I've never seen this. In action.
Iditarod. Nice.
You did who?
It's the Iditarod.
Oh.
That would be another one that you could look into. Just saying.
All right, I just cut and pasted. It starts with Snow Baboon, ends with Mr. Moreland. All right,
That's
let's see how
correct.
this thing rolls.
The Alaskan Iditarod. Here we go. Bourbon and Ballz style.
Yeah, right. We're gonna shuffle.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
my,
baby.
that is hard to look at.
That is a lot.
All right, we're gonna do it 9 times. 1, 2, 3,
Jeez.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow.
Is it the dog's nose that wins or the sled?
Uh-oh.
That'd be the dog's nose. wouldn't
Dog's
it?
nose.
Oh, hold on. They can't see.
Uh-oh. What we got?
What is that?
We got tornado warning, dude.
Oh,
Tornado
well,
warning.
the show goes on, my friend.
We're in the basement. We're good.
Yeah, we're in the basement. Tornado's coming.
Woo, 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 woo.
All right, here we go.
You know, what'd be funny, not funny.
What?
Right, like 1 second left on the thing. Electricity goes out. It's like Heidi.
Let's run it so that doesn't happen.
All right, that would be funny though.
It would. I don't
Funny,
know
not
if it'd be funny. Not funny for
There we go.
us. No.
Man, this is too. This is
amazing.
this is the.
Look
You
at
can't even tell who's in
these.
front. All the dogs look the same.
No, they're not.
They're different.
But they're not.
They're all huskies.
Tell me who's in front.
Crappy cat?
Candy Road.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Grandpa, he calls you.
Yeah.
Tyler getting
Captain
bold.
Observant.
This is the.
Colonel Observant. Sorry.
This is something I'm not used to. This is a lot of dogs, man.
That's a lot going on. I love it.
There's a joke here I was gonna make, but I don't know if I should make it.
No, leave it
you
alone.
should.
You want me to?
Is it gonna rain
Yes.
cats and dogs?
Oh no, it was more vulgar.
Oh. Yeah.
Hold on, let me mute this for a second. Should I say that?
No.
No,
Okay.
no. That's
All
not-
right, all right. I
No.
won't say it. I
No.
won't say it. I'll keep my mouth shut. But it's funny, right?
I would rather-
Charlie was talking about a lot of female dogs.
Oh.
Let's just put it there.
Jeez. Oh God.
All right, here we go. 14.
All right, here we
seconds,
go.
13, 10.
12.
I can't really tell who's in the
11,
lead.
10.
Only to say that good luck to anybody.
Yeah, the
It's
camera's-
anybody's game. We have no idea who's. Let's see.
Here
we go. Who's-
Somebody's. Oh, that's much
is it?
closer.
Jim Struts.
Yeah.
Jim Struts.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Jim.
That was a hard one to follow.
Yeah.
I'm
it
not sure we'll
was.
do that one again.
Now, is Jim a
different. Still cool.
is Jim a paying Patreon? Does he get a choice to remove?
I said 1 he removed, 2 Patrons can remove 2.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
There we
so
go.
He
And
can
then
remove
he, and
period.
he gets the
Jim?
candy box too.
And now I don't know if he's been following the Gandy box,
Well,
but
Jim.
I'd imagine
If
chat
you're
will
in
probably
there,
help
brother.
you out. But Jim, if you're on, please. Here's how that game is played. If you been watching us, you get a 3-digit code to to guess the Gandy box, we need your 3-digit code. Jim, I hope you're here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, Carson.
I need my genie hat.
You do.
Oh, hold on. Jim, show me the proof. He must be.
Okay.
Is that right? I will need lots of help with the numbers. So Jim is showing me the proof.
Okay.
Okay.
Jim, are you? Yes, he is. So,
Okay.
all right.
That's just the way it came across. Yeah.
We need a 3-digit number, 0 through 999. Okay. Yes.
And it looks like you're getting a little bit of help.
You may be getting some help. Dave may be helping you.
There you
Gandy
go.
may be helping you. But I need it from Show Me the Proof. Which, by the way, to get it right, then you get a nice T-shirt from Bourbon and Ballz.
There he goes.
All right, 369. Open it up. What we got? Watch it not be that.
369.
Show
me the proof.
I screwed it up. Wouldn't that be funny? Not funny.
Yeah, that would have been
Like,
a
oops, my bad.
huge blunder.
Yeah,
But
so
it was not.
congratulations.
Thank you for the chat, for helping him out.
Yes.
Phoning a friend.
And we're gonna reset Gandy's mailbox next week. So in the meantime, I will bring up the B&B Meats.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep. Make sure you tune in next week. We got Cox's Creek.
Yep.
Cox Creek.
Cox's
And then
Creek.
we hopefully have an announcement to follow.
Yep.
Make a announcement during the meets. Or I'm sorry, not the meets,
And
but
again,
next
shout
week's.
out to Chad for getting Mr. Ian Stursman on
Yep.
tonight.
Hey,
Appreciate that.
you know what? It was glad to do it. Easy, and Ian's a great guy, willing to come on, and what a wealth of knowledge.
Oh,
and
yeah, for sure.
experience.
Yeah.
So
At
Yeah.
only not even 40 years old.
I hope you guys join Google Meets. Those who have not, don't be bashful. You can come in. You don't even have to have your video on if you want. It's just basically a virtual bar, and we talk about anything. Talk about whiskey, sports, people's lives.
Yep.
Colonoscopies, whatever.
if you want to come on for 5 minutes, an hour, you can come on for however long you want.
Yeah, it's just a local bar.
Just check it
It's
out.
like Cheers.
Yep.
Until then, guys, I don't think I have anything else other than
Be on the lookout for
Have a good
the
weekend.
March calendar coming out. It'll be out next week.
on Patreon.
Yeah. On
All right.
Patreon, yeah.
Very good.
All right.
Until then,
Thanks, y'all.
guys, for Tyler in the background, thank you very much. Jeff, Chad, and I, we will see you guys next Wednesday or Thursday here at the same time.
That's right.
Cheers, y'all.
All right, cheers, y'all.
Cheers, everybody. There's shit everywhere.